From NBC News, this is Today with Hoda Kotb and Jenna Hager in Studio 6A in Rockefeller Plaza.
It is Thursday, March the 12th, 2020. I know that actually sounds like thunderous applause, but we have made a decision on our program, at least for the foreseeable future, that we decided it would be better if we did not have a studio audience.
Yes.
At least just so we can see how things play out. However, we had some people. This is our staff, you guys. So if you were wondering how big is the 10 o'clock staff,
Pretty
this
big.
is it.
Yeah, pretty big or pretty small, pretty feisty.
We want to thank you guys for coming in. I know a lot of people still do kind of have to go to work.
Yes.
Some people are told they can work from home. There are certain industries in which people come. So I want to thank our staff, too. We do, because you guys show up, and we appreciate it.
And
so we love you.
We were just sitting here looking out at all of you being hilarious and making us laugh. It's like, that's what it's about. You've got to find your community wherever it is.
Yeah.
And we feel, I can speak for both of us because I know this, so incredibly lucky to work with such awesome people that are positive and funny.
Yes.
And make fun of us.
Yes.
Joanne. She's not paying attention.
And here's the thing, too. I think more importantly now than ever before, if you're looking at your inner circle of friends, your community of people who you surround yourself with, if you feel there are people who are always negative, always talking about gloom and doom and all that, think wisely about who you surround yourself with, because there's that saying, you're the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. And especially when there is a huge world event like right now, you have to pick the people who lift you up, who are smart, who take care of you. Don't, if you're around people who go, oh my God, did you see? Oh God, did you hear? Like there's only so much that our hearts can withstand.
You know what I was just thinking as you said that?
What?
Not, I mean, by choice too, but because of work and circumstance and really, to me, luck.
Yeah.
Guess who one of those people is for me?
Who?
I probably spend more time with this person than my own husband, and that's you. And you do bring me up from the moment I see you, so I feel lucky.
I wish Jerry were working.
I know Jerry. No, but it's not. We have someone.
That's okay.
So so our audience is filled with staffers. We have just started this program that has made us, filled us up more than anything, being with people that have flown from all over the world.
Let me tell you, it touches us that you guys have come. And so what we want to let you know is the people who had seats here and you were thinking, I was scheduled, I waited for this day, we're timing.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're holding your seats for you. We're going to wait for you to come and join us. So you're going to have your place in our audience. But I think a lot of people probably felt the way that you and I felt, which is when we woke up this morning, it felt like there was a kind of tectonic plate shift.
Yes.
And I think it was because so many sort of weird things all happened overnight. I mean, first of all, the president addressed the nation, which was a big deal.
Yes.
Moments before an NBA game was scheduled to play, when the stands were full and it was almost game time, an announcement came over that said, actually, we're not playing this game. A member of the Utah Jazz has tested positive. We're asking everyone to disperse. Moments before, and that was just something that was so jarring.
We also found out overnight that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson revealed they both tested positive for the illness. And I mean, Tom Hanks, I mean,
know.
He is this icon, which I think shows you, one, treat everybody with kindness. This isn't the type of thing that if somebody gets it, you think, can you believe my neighbor got this?
Yes.
We need to make sure, because we have a history with pandemics. I for one, have studied a lot about HIV/AIDS.
Yeah.
And there was a time in this country that when somebody was sick with something, you would treat them less than.
Yes.
So I know that we live in a place, in a country where people are good at their core.
Yes.
So be kind to people.
And I think it was the thing about Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson they put out a post on Facebook and said that they felt chills and achy and fever and they got tested and they do have it. That was a brave thing to say, because in this day and age, again, it's like people are always questioning, like, does so-and-so have it? Is that one having it? Who has it? Well, Tom Hanks, like, the man who defines like what America is has it.
Yeah.
And he's talked about it, and he's going to take us through it.
And he's saying, he's feeling okay. And I think that's another important thing, because we've talked a lot about fear and how pervasive it is really in our society with this, but with everything.
Yes.
And so know that, for most people, you're going to be okay.
Yes.
And take care of those that might not. Like, we should be prioritizing the health of certain people and just making sure that everybody is okay in this situation.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are, you have a cough, you have a sniffle, you feel a little achy, you're like, oh my gosh, do I have it?
Yeah.
You were wondering the same thing. Yeah,
When we woke up with this news, I went to bed right after the president spoke, woke up to all of these things, these news alerts. You think like, oh my gosh, I'm sure I'm not
tons
alone.
Of people
waking up this morning, having kind of this anxiety that makes you feel like,
do I have something? Could I have this? Yeah. And there's a lot of confusion about the testing. I mean, there are anecdotal stories about people trying to get tested, not being able to, and going to the ER and all that sort of stuff. But they were talking about if you decide to self-quarantine, like stay at home, and some people have to work from home. We learned some things today that we didn't know before. One is, a lot of people are using Lysol spray to spray things down. And one of the things that most people do is when you spray it, you're like, sprayed it, now let me wipe.
Yes.
Well, they say the whole point of that Lysol spray is you spray it and let it sit as long as it can, because as it sits, it's killing germs.
Yes.
Once you wipe it away, you're taking it away. Mm-hmm. So, there are little things, that we can all learn, as we go.
Yeah.
And also another tip that they were saying was when you go out all day and you're out and about and you come home, on your clothes, on your shoes, you don't know what you're picking up because stuff lives on surfaces now, they're saying. They say when you get home, take your clothes off.
Yeah.
Throw them in the wash. So what?
Take off your shoes.
Take off your shoes. Put on slippers.
Do everything that you can.
Get cozy.
Okay.
And also another thing that they've canceled here in New York City is the St. Patty's Day Parade. And that's like the first time in 250 years. So I think there's this feeling of something, it's different today than it was yesterday.
We talked about this yesterday that, there's a lot of talk about social distancing, and a lot of people have to work. Some of you are joining us. You're still working. You're working from home. We hope you are.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's weird because it started this oxymoron. I feel like we need to take care of each other more than ever because anxiety is running high. And when that happens, people get a little on edge.
Yes.
So what can we do? Because you're not also supposed to be with people. So maybe it's like text that friend you haven't heard from in a long time.
I like that.
Or FaceTime somebody that might feel alone, somebody that's older and knows they need to stay at home. Like, come up with 5 creative things your family can do.
Yes.
And I mean, because it's weird. You want to be there for people, but you're not really supposed to be there.
Maybe you could even, I guess this is fine. Like, you could make a meal and leave it on someone's front porch and just say, I thought you could use a home-cooked meal, open your door, heat up at 350, and enjoy. Like something, because there are things, or even writing someone a note, something.
Sending somebody a book, buying a book from your indie bookstores that are really hurting right now.
Yeah.
And say, I know you're going to be inside for a little. This book reminded me of you.
You know what's funny? Joel and I went out to dinner last night because we hadn't had a date night in a while, and we went to a local restaurant, and we were thinking, God, I wonder if anyone's going to be out and about. Let me tell you something. The restaurant was full, and when we looked around, because, when you don't go out for a meal, you are hurting without knowing the dishwasher, the waiter, the this, the that, the other.
Yes.
We walked in, it was full. We looked around at the tables. We enjoyed a meal. We laughed. We talked about some of the scary stuff, and we lightened it up. And I thought, if you are okay,
you should be living. And also, you're going out with somebody that you love.
Yeah.
He's going out with somebody he loves. You're sharing a meal, and you're feeling good.
And the other thing I learned, I was just there. I don't know if Joel's watching. He has to work from home, so
maybe.
Hey. But I was just thinking, how fortunate I feel to have somebody in my life who's very, calm, who's very measured, who that's how he's like, let's talk about this. He's not, some people go right to the panic button. And it just struck me. And I said that to him last night. I said, I can't tell you how much it matters to have someone who is my most important person, who is let me tell you how we're going to, I've seen a lot in my life. This is what's going to happen at the end. It's just soothing.
It's so funny because I've felt that way with Henry because I have I'm not that I panic, but I have a big personality. Yes. And Henry has always been this little rock. I mean, he's not little.
No,
he's tall. Don't tell him he's not watching.
By the way, he's 6'3".
He's 6'3"-ish. But I always think, like, he is this rock that when things are hard or when things are beautiful, he's the first person I want to share it with. And so let's keep the beautiful things coming.
I love it.